Hi friend, I just wanted to take a minute to invite you to our Lash Biz Babes Experience 2026. This is a one-day all online event happening on May 2nd, and our theme for the year is going all in. We are shaking things up and doing it differently than anyone ever has before. This is going to be an all online event as usual, but it's going to be 100% a curated journey throughout your day as we guide you through the mindset, strategy, and passion needed to go all in on your business to make it your best year in business yet. All lash artists, estheticians, and beauty professionals are invited to join us. There will be guided sessions, interactive workshops, a panel discussion, and big giveaways happening throughout that whole day. And tickets are on sale now for only $199. Payment plans are available. Let's go all in on our businesses for 2026 together. All the details and the link for tickets are down in the show notes below. I would love to have you join us online in May.
Welcome to Lash Biz Babes, the podcast for solo beauty business owners who want to build a full clientele and create a business and life that they truly love. My name is Erica. I'm your host. I'm a lash artist turned beauty business coach and lash educator. And if this is your first time listening to Lash Biz Babes, welcome to the show. If you are back for more, welcome back. This week, we're going to be talking about rebuilding your clientele in a new area. Now, some of the things I'm going to talk about are also applicable to you if you're just first starting out with building your clientele, but I'm going to talk about it specifically in the context of rebuilding your clientele. Like if you've moved and you're starting fresh, what to do, how to do it. We're going to talk all the tips and tricks for that. So if you don't know my backstory, I have built a clientele for myself a couple different times. And the second time I did it was after we had moved. So I had been doing lashes for a few years, maybe like 3 or 4 years or so. And then last minute, we decided to make a spur of the moment decision to move for my husband's job. And 2 weeks later, we were living in a new area where we didn't know anyone. And I was having to face the decision of, do I go work for someone else? Do I go get a job outside of the industry? Or do I go out on my own with 0 clients? And me being me, as my husband says, you're going to do what you want. So just go do it anyway. So me being me decided I'm going to go out on my own and rent a room with no clients. And from that, I was able to build a clientele in less than 6 months. And so today I'm going to share some of the tips and tricks that I did, some of the strategies that I used to be able to do that. Because I keep getting asked this question so often. I'm seeing it asked a ton in Facebook groups lately. So I thought that this would be a great opportunity to just share some of my story and share some of the things that worked and didn't work for me. So buckle up, let's go. Before we jump in, I just wanted to give you guys a couple quick updates on what's going on with Lash Biz Babes. So first and foremost, if you don't already know, my family and I just did a big out-of-state move a couple of months ago, and I'm going to be offering in-person lash trainings in Idaho very soon. I'm just waiting on paperwork and different things to get approved before I get started. So if you are in the Boise to Emmett areas in Idaho, I'm going to be offering in-person lash trainings. To start off with, I'm just going to be doing a one-day group volume refresher course. We're going to talk about things like adhesive theory, retention, and fanning techniques and really perfecting your fanning. And then also I'm going to be doing private lash trainings. So one-on-one, I'm going to come to you and we're going to customize it completely to you and the areas of your business and your technique that you want to strengthen. So that is coming soon. If you would like more details, send me a message on Instagram at @XOEricaSchramm. And then also I will be at LashCon this year. I'm super excited. I'm going to be going to the event. So if you are coming, we are going to do a Lash Biz Babes meetup. Probably Saturday morning is what I'm aiming for. Thinking doing it like a girls brunch and making it super fun. So if you're coming to LashCon, I would love to meet you there. Let me know. Send me a message on Instagram at @XOEricaSchramm so that I can have you on my list to contact when I have all the details and information. But like I said, I'd love to meet you there. And if you aren't going to LashCon and you're considering it, I think it's going to be a really great event. And like I said, I'd love to meet you. So LashCon. And then last thing is that Lash Biz Babes conference replay is now available. If you missed the event this year, we had such an amazing time, an amazing weekend with about 20 speakers who just absolutely blew us out of the water with helping us to be able to grow our business skills, expand our mindset, and all the things. So the replay for the entire conference is available now. I'm going to put the link for it in the show notes. You can go grab that for 50% off and hear from 20 different amazing speakers on how to grow your beauty business this year. We have topics from everything from branding to client attraction on social media, building a successful home-based suite, becoming an educator, and more. So go check that out if you're interested. But that's all the updates I have for today. Let's jump into today's episode. So the first thing when you are rebuilding in a new area or even just starting out is kind of assessing like, how many people do I know in this area? Because if you know some people, that can be a really great starting point, especially if there's someone who has lived in the area for a long time or they have a lot of connections in the area. You can start with doing like model sets for them and like telling them, hey, I'll give you a discount, or I will do like a free set for you if you refer people to me, kind of thing. And that works really well only with people who have like roots in the area, who know people in the area. So start with that. If you know anyone, that's a great starting point for you to be like, hey, can I do a set for you? And then that also gives you like pictures to post and such, right? You can get a lot of content. I suggest taking tons of pictures and videos, especially if you're not doing a lot of services right off the bat, so that you have plenty to post. So start by figuring out how many people you know. The next thing is that if you don't know anyone, or even if you only know a few people, then your main objective with starting over in a new area is going to be just getting the word out there, getting your name out there, really building your local visibility and building your brand awareness in your new area, because people can't book with you if they don't know that your business exists. So that is like crucial and a very, very, very important first step of rebuilding in any area. And this is something that I recommend starting to do even before you move. Like the second you know you're going to be moving somewhere new, I want you to start marketing yourself immediately. I don't care if you don't know like where you're going to be lashing at yet or offering services out of yet. If you're not set up, I don't care if your booking is not ready yet. Start getting the word out there beforehand, because the sooner you can do that, the more momentum you can build, and you can start a wait list. So this way you start marketing yourself in the new area, getting local followers, getting people knowing that your business, I'm coming to the area, I'm moving there soon. And you can start this wait list. Say, if you're interested in getting services done with me, like fill out this quick form. You can do like a free Google form and just have their name, email address, and phone number. And then that way you have their contact information for when you start offering services, and you can get in contact with them. And then that gives you a list of warm and hot leads that are like interested in booking with you to get on your books the second you have them open. So that is super helpful. That's what I did before I even started taking clients, and I feel like that just really helped me, because then people already knew who I was versus starting out like marketing yourself and building your local brand awareness like as you're opening your books, because then you have your books open, you're ready to take people, and you're still trying to build that momentum and people don't really know about you yet, and then your books are going to be empty for a little while. So I feel like if you can start as soon as possible and start getting people on your books ASAP, then that's really going to help you just to already have clients ready for you and on the books booked with you for when you get started. So local visibility, brand awareness is very important. So you're probably like, okay, what do I even do for that? So the biggest thing that I did was getting local followers on Instagram. That was like huge for me. So I spent like 20 minutes a day doing different strategies on Instagram and even like Facebook and things that just helped me get local followers. And from that, I was able to get 20% of my following to be from my new area within 6 weeks of moving to our new town. And you're probably like, 20%, that's not that much. But honestly, it is. Because at that time, I don't remember how many followers I had, but I did the math at one point and it was like I want to say it was like 120 followers or something from my new area. And 120 followers, like to have a full clientele, most people, if you're working full time, like back to back, like 40 hours a week, that's like maybe, depending on your timing, like 50 or 60 clients. So like 120 people, and it, like at that time wasn't working full time, so I just needed like, I think it was like 15 or 20 clients to fill up my schedule. And so I was like, okay, like that's not gonna be very difficult, or sorry, it was 15 or 20 clients to break even is what I mean. That wasn't a full schedule for me, but that was just to break even on my expenses and like, okay, like here's how many clients I need to make money. So 15 or 20 clients, like out of 120 people, like I was like, I got this. So getting local followers, that's a really important thing. There's so many different ways that you can do this. I actually have an entire course on it, but this is really just about like really establishing your local presence online, especially through like local hashtags, tagging your posts in local spots, really understanding who your ideal clients are so that you are able to connect with them online. There's a lot that goes into this. I could do an entire episode just on that, but like I said, I do have a course that's specifically on this. If you're interested in that, I'll put the link for it in the show notes. It's called Audience Growth Accelerator, and it's super awesome, just about all the techniques that I use to be able to get that many local followers very quickly right off the bat. But really it just comes down to like going out and making friends with people in your area online. I think that's the simplest way to put it, because that's exactly what I did. So local followers are super important. Another thing that, oh my gosh, like I do not feel like enough people utilize this. I think and even when they do, so Google My Business, I'll just start out with that. I've talked about this on the podcast before. I think that this is something every single one of you needs to have, whether you're a home-based business or not. Because if you're a home-based business, you can still list yourself on Google My Business with just a service area. You don't have to put your exact address. So if you're home-based and you're feeling like, oh, I can't do that, like that's not true. You can do that. Just list it as service areas. It just means like you put your cities that you serve and offer services to. So that's a great way to go about it. But Google My Business gets you listed on Google, and that way you pop up on like Google Maps and you pop up in search results. You know how like if you search like hair salons in my area, it'll pop up with a map and a list of salons in the area and show you where they're at in your town. Like that's where you would pop up in search results when you're listed on Google My Business. And I think that this is super important. And again, the second you know you're going to be moving to your new area, get your listing switched over so that you can start building that momentum in that new area. And with Google My Business, one of the big differences, I actually thought about doing a podcast episode on this soon, but one of the big differences with getting found on Google versus getting found on like Instagram or Facebook is that like people, like potential clients who are finding you on Google are ready to book. Like they are actively looking for someone to book with. They're just trying to like find a business and pick which one, right? So they've already made the decision that, hey, I'm going to get this service done. I just need to find someone I like who fits my criteria to book with. And so that's what makes Google My Business really great, is that the difference between clients on potential clients on social media and potential clients on Google is that they're already ready. They've got their credit cards out, they're ready to book. So you just need to get found on there. And because of that, having online booking is really going to help you book clients a lot faster on Google My Business, because it's so much more convenient and they are actively looking for someone right then and there. So if they can book with you while they're working on it, while they're thinking about it, while they've got their credit card out ready to book, like that is crucial and is going to help you get clients a lot easier. So if you don't have online booking set up already, I would highly suggest this. Like I know I resisted it for a long time because I was like, I really want to have control of my schedule. Like I just was like, I don't need to do that. But honestly, making that switch made a huge difference for me in being able to book clients faster, because it's so much easier and convenient for clients that and like I said, when they're looking for someone, they can book with you right then and there instead of waiting to go back and forth with you in conversation or like DMs or texts or anything like that. And that way, you know, if they're waiting for a message back from you and they find someone else to book with in the meantime, and then they go book with them, like then you lose a client or that potential client. And so it's like just really something that's going to help you push your business forward and stand out in your area and just make it easier for clients. The easier you can make your booking process, the better. and the more clients that you're going to be able to book from it. So highly suggest having online booking, especially if you are listed on Google My Business. And so with Google My Business, the great part about it is that you can really build your marketing momentum on there to where you have to put in the legwork to set it up and get your momentum going. But once you do that, like, it basically just gets you clients on autopilot. Like, to give you an example of this, I have not advertised for new lash clients in almost 2 years now, and I still regularly get at least like 1 to 2 inquiries from Google My Business a month. And that's with 0 advertising in almost 2 years. Or like, I've posted on it for like lash trainings and such, but it's like appointment requests for lash extensions. And even when I just made this big move, I just switched my Google My Business to my new area a couple of weeks ago, and have already gotten like 2 people looking to book for lashes. And I'm not taking new clients here, and I haven't posted on it in almost 6 months for even trainings even. So it's just crazy because it really does get you in front of the clients who are looking for you and who are ready to book. And so I think that that's a really critical and amazing tool for you to be using in your business is Google My Business. So I highly recommend that. I think it's google.com/business. Don't quote me on the link for that, but if you Google like Google My Business, it should pop up and you can set up your profile. It walks you through it. I don't want this episode to just be like a bunch of plugs for the courses I have, but I do have, in case you're interested in learning more in depth about it, a little mini course on Google My Business. It's only $27 and it's going to walk you through exactly how to set it up, exactly how to use it, what keywords to use and different things on your profile so that you can get found and just really build that marketing momentum on there. So I'm going to put that link in the show notes as well, just because I have it for you. And if you're interested, you can join in on that. So Google My Business, super great way to grow your business, whether you are needing lash clients or local training students. So if you're a locally based business at all, like Google My Business is going to be a great way to grow. So Google My Business really helped me. I think the next thing that I would say really helped me was networking with local businesses. And this doesn't even have to be like bigger businesses. Like, this can be other small business owners in your area, other beauty businesses in your area, things like that. So the first thing that I did, the first couple of clients, like the first 2 or 3 clients that I took when I moved and built my clientele really quickly, was I did a trade for photos. So she came in and took photos of me doing lashes and like photos of my model and her lashes, and then I did her lashes for free. So that's a great way to get like brand photos if you're on a budget like I did not have a budget for it at the time. And then also I traded with a hair girl. So I did her lashes for free. She did my hair for free. And what was really great about both of those things was that got, like, they were local business owners who were serving clients that were similar to who might be interested in lash extensions, right? Like similar clients as to who might come to me. And that's really important because they're a local business. They are working in front of potential clients that could come to me as well. And they already have like the roots in the area, right? They know people in the area. And those are all key pieces, because if you're going to do free model sets, don't just do it for random people or random people who reach out to you on Instagram. Like, you want to be strategic about it. And what that did was, like, I not only had the brand photos then to be using on Instagram and my website, which was great because I feel like it just really kind of sets you apart, and just like takes things up a notch and like gives you a lot of content to post online or on your website, even if you aren't taking a lot of clients at the time. So that was really great. But she also had like a job working like in front of the public plus her photography job, so she was recommending people to me. And then also the hairstylist, like, she worked in a salon with tons of other like hairstylists and clients, and she was in front of people who could be interested in lash extensions all day long, and so she would recommend people to me too. So if you're going to do free model sets for people, be strategic about it. Like, network with other local businesses like that. This can be like realtors or people who work like front desk jobs, like front desk at a med spa, things like that. Like, really think about like, okay, who are my potential clients and who works around them, and how can I like network with them and collaborate with them so that it benefits us both. Because then from that, I was also referring, as I was building my clientele and getting to know people in my area, I was referring people out to the photographer, I was referring people out to my hair girl, like, and we like cross, what's the word I'm looking for here? Recommended. I don't know if that's how I wanted to phrase it, but cross recommended clients to each other basically. And so that's a really great way to go about, just getting your name out there and just getting in front of the local potential clients that you want to reach. And along with that is just like networking with local businesses on Instagram too. And again, this is just about like going out, following them, like follow other local businesses, like make friends with them. It's nothing like you have to be like salesy or pitch anything to them or cold DM them. Like literally just make friends with them online. Just like their stuff, comment on their stuff. Like that's what it's all about. When it comes to networking with other businesses, it's just really making those connections and making friends with them, because then you can send people to them, they can send people to you as well, and it just helps you make friends, especially in your own industry in the area, which can really go a long way as well. Because like I said, you've got to build like those connections in your area. You've got to let people know who you are and what your business is about. So that's another great thing to be doing, whether it's online or in person, just like networking with other businesses. And then the last one that I wanted to share with you today was actually not necessarily a strategy thing, but more of a mindset thing. Because I think sometimes when we are rebuilding our business or things like that, like and this can happen subconsciously sometimes too. Like we're not like thinking about this intentionally necessarily, but I think sometimes we kind of go into it thinking like, if this isn't going to work out, it's okay, not a big deal, like as a way to protect ourselves from failure, because we're like, oh my gosh, what if this doesn't work out? What if no one comes to me? What if I don't get clients? And so we kind of put up that wall where we're like, it's not a big deal if this doesn't work out. I've got a backup plan. I'll just go work at this other job, or I'll just do this. And we go into it with the mindset of like, if this doesn't work out, it's fine. And I think one thing that really helped me the second time when I grew a lot faster in that less than 6 months was just going into it with a different mentality and treating it like a real business. Like before, it was like not a big deal. Like I'll just lash from home. Like, I'm not going to give myself any extra expenses, because what if I don't get clients? And along with that, like my actions, like the energy of that and my actions aligned with that mentality. Whereas it wasn't a big deal if it didn't work out. So I didn't end up putting myself out there as much. And it wasn't necessarily on purpose, but when I look back on it, like my actions aligned with that like lack mentality. So when I restarted my clientele and I was like, I'm doing this, I rented the room with no clients, and I like had that really was like a good external push for me. Now, I'm not saying that everyone needs to do that, but for me, that worked out well to have that external push of, I have to pay rent next month. What am I going to do to get clients? And that really gave me more motivation to be working on it daily and staying consistent with it. So that's something I feel like that did help me. Now, I'm not saying like go rent out a super expensive room with no clients, but consider your mentality behind things. And okay, am I really taking this seriously and treating it like a real business? Because like, if you know that when you're thriving and you're booked out, like you're going to be using online booking, then start with online booking. Like get your policies set up from the start. Like get your branding set up from the start, really get all your social media set up, like all these different things that you would do when you're booked out, when you're thriving, like start doing those now, because that's going to help you to achieve your goals a lot faster. And so I really dropped that mentality of like, if this doesn't work out, it's going to be fine. And like, if this doesn't work out, it's not going to be fine. Like, I want this so bad. And like, I'm going to treat this like a real business that it is, and treat it like that now before I even have clients. And that really helps you to get to your goals a lot faster. So consider your mindset behind things, consider your mentality behind it. And I think that is super important and key in being able to grow as as well, because building your business, growing your business doesn't just take strategy, it takes mindset too. It's hand in hand, both pieces are required. You can't just do one without the other, in my opinion. I think that lots of strategy without the mindset pieces leads to burnout and overwhelm, and like just, it gets hard. It's hard. I did that for a while. It's not great. But then also just having the mindset side without taking action behind it, that's not going to get you anywhere either. So you need both pieces, mindset and strategy. So don't forget to consider that when you are rebuilding your clientele, because if you're sitting there telling yourself, I can't do this, or, I'm just not going to work on it today, I don't have time. Like if you can't find the time to be working on your business consistently daily, then it's probably not going to be a great option for you to be rebuilding your clientele if that's not something that you want to dedicate yourself to, because like especially rebuilding in an area where you don't have clients or where you don't know people, you're going to have to put in a lot of legwork and a lot of effort up front. Like it's going to take daily consistent effort. And like you could take a day off on the weekend or whatever, like Sundays. I usually try not to work on Sundays at minimum, but like you got to put the effort in. There's no like shortcut to success there. It's just really about like knowing who your ideal clients are, really getting in front of them and building your local following and building up, because it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It's about whether or not they're local to you, because you need people who are close to you to be able to come in for an appointment, right? So that's what matters, is having local followers. And then, making it easy to book with you. And then also, your social media content, like really not just talking about like sales you're running, but also talking about like, what are the benefits of your services? Like, how is this going to help them? What do you do for clients that's great? Like, how do you like stand out from others? What are they going to love about coming to you? Like past client reviews, like there's so many different ideas. I have a free content guide that I can link in the show notes as well. Totally free. It's got, I think, 26 or 27 different content ideas for you that you can reuse over and over again. So that's a really great one as well. But I mean, like I said, it's going to take effort, and you've really got to be dedicated to it. And I'm not even going to say that you need to be motivated for it, because motivation can really come and go, and you can be like, I'm just not feeling like it today, so I'm not going to do it. But you have to be committed to it, because when you're committed, it doesn't matter if you feel motivated or not, you're going to do it anyway, whether you're tired or you're not feeling up to it. And I know some days that gets hard, and we do need to take like those rest days and make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and our mental health and like keeping that in check. But like, this is just about, I don't want to be like, you got to hustle, you got to grind, no excuses. But like, you do have to be committed and be putting in the time and the effort to be able to grow and put in that initial legwork to build that marketing momentum when you're in a new area. Like, I think that that's super important. And I think that was one of the big differences when I look back on my journey of when I built my clientele really slowly and then when I built it very quickly in a new area, was just that I was so much more committed to it and dedicated to it, and was working on it consistently and daily and really putting in the time and effort to be able to grow an actual business that time. And so I think that really did make a difference for me, like when I look back on my journey. So that's something I wanted to share today as well. It's just that it's probably not going to be easy, but you could do it. And, really surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, who are going to, speak that life and motivation into you on the hard days, who are going to encourage you and just push you forward. Like, that makes a difference. And the people that you surround yourself with in your life, in person and in your life online even, do make a difference. Like, I know we've probably all heard that thing where it's like, the people who you are closest to is who you become, or I don't know, I can't remember how it's phrased, something like that. But like, you become like the people that you spend time with. And that's true for people that you spend time with in person, and that's true for people that you spend time with online. So that's something you want to be very intentional about when you are really dedicating yourself to your goals and in a growth period and in like a put my head down and do the work kind of period, because you are going to have hard days. It's going to be difficult. You are going to have like limiting beliefs come up and self-doubt come up. And if you're not surrounding yourself with people who are encouraging you along your journey, then that can be really difficult. And so that is something I encourage you to do as well, is just really take a look at your circle and who do you have around you, and, surround yourself and get yourself people who are going to be like supportive of you, and people who have walked in that journey before too can be really beneficial. And if you're like, I'm not sure that I have that many people like that, or I want to have that, like, I want to be your cheerleader too. Like, let's follow each other on Instagram, because I love cheering you on. I love seeing people growing, and especially starting in a new area. I think it's super exciting. Like, obviously it's a challenge, but I get excited about it for you, and I would love to cheer you on that. So let's be friends on Instagram. I will follow you back. It's at XOEricaShram. You can follow me over there. I'm going to put my Instagram link in the show notes as well. But yeah, just really be mindful of your circle and who you have around you, because when you're growing your business, you're going to go along on a very steep self-development, self-growth type of learning and growing too. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to run into a lot of things about you, like bad habits, self-doubt, like that, self-criticism. That was a big thing for me that I've talked about on the podcast before. I was very self-critical of myself. Like, you're going to run into those pieces of yourself, and you're going to do a lot of growing as a person. And with that comes like cleaning up your circle and really surrounding yourself with those who are the best to be around for you, and who are like-minded to you and working on their goals, and at least encouraging you and being supportive of you on your own journey as well. So yeah, those are all the tips I have for you. Those are, the top things that I feel like really helped me to be able to build my clientele quickly in a new area. So I hope you got some new ideas from this episode, that it really encourages you in your journey. Like I said, I think it's so exciting. There's so many opportunities around you. And, being in that abundance mindset, like, there is so much growth in your life happening right now. There's so much abundance around you. There's so many clients, potential clients in your area. You're about to meet some of your new best friends, because we know clients become really great friends sometimes. And you see them every 2 to 4 weeks for months and years on end. Like, you're going to get to know these people well. It's an exciting time in your life. It's a scary time in your life. But it's also exciting just to think about the possibilities too. So I'm excited for you if you are working on growing and rebuilding in a new area. And feel free to reach out if you have questions, if you want a cheerleader along the way, or if you're interested in getting a coach on your side to help you through the process of building your clientele in a new area. I'm your girl. I would love to work one-on-one with you on that. So reach out if you are interested. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here and being a Lash Biz Babes listener. I appreciate you so much. Hit subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast at, and that way you can get notified for the next episode. I will see you guys later. Love you long time. Have a great week.